Hi everybody, today is Tuesday, July 7th, and it is approximately 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And so I usually, try to take Shayla out earlier in the summertime because it gets so hot really quickly, and excuse me, my voice is really dried out. Sorry about that. But I just saw here in the backyard, this Asiatic lily here is about ready to bloom. So I'm very excited about that. So I hope you all are having a great day or a great night whenever you view this. And so the grass has got a lot of dew on it. So I just got to be careful, and when I go back inside I need to wipe down Shayla's paws. But she got a bath late last night. My boyfriend Nathan gave her a bath, so then today, this morning, we're gonna put on her flea and tick and mosquito preventative and give her her heartworm pill. So we're just taking a survey of what's going on. And I don't want to go over there, Shayla, because you always tend to eat rabbit poops. So I don't want to go over there. I want to go on the side of the house where the new solar electrician puts inverter box on the but where my fuse box was in the garage and everything. So I'm gonna go back over there, because yesterday when I recorded a video, the air conditioner was running, and it may not have, I don't know if you heard me or not, but no, come here, Shayla. Come on. Yeah. So we're gonna slowly make our way over on the garage side to take a look at all that, but looks like it's gonna be a nice sunny day. Yeah. And a mosquito tried to go in my ear. Sorry about that. Yeah, lots of bugs. Come here, Shay Shay. Come on, let's hurry up. Come on. Ugh. But yesterday, as we were finishing up with the electrician from the solar company, we were on the side of the house here, and my next door neighbor, Charlie, fell on his driveway, and he's in his 80s, and he's lost a lot of weight. He's very frail, and he's had a lot of health issues, and so the air conditioner was running, so it was kind of hard to hear, but I heard when he hit the concrete, and so I alerted Nathan and the solar company electrician guy that Charlie had fallen, and they rushed right over and helped him get up. And then I saw that he was bleeding from his right ankle on the outer part, and so my boyfriend Nathan helped him get in the house and helped to clean up his the scrape that he got from falling. And Charlie's cell phone was dead. He had zero battery, so Nathan plugged it in to the charger, and then when it got some juice in it, then he had Charlie call his wife, because she wasn't home. She was shopping at Aldi. So it's like, why did he wander outside? He had no shoes on. He didn't have his walker with him. He didn't have his cell phone charged. It's like, I don't know. But I don't think he's thinking clearly. And that's a shame, you know, just, he's such a nice neighbor, you know, and, but anyway, so after about, I don't know, half hour or so, his wife, Mary, finally came home from the store, and Nathan, you know, filled her in what had happened, and, you know, there's some blood spots on the driveway where he fell and going into the house through the garage, you know, so anyway, I think she needs to get him some type of home health care nurse, you know, someone to be with him, you know, especially when she goes out, because if he falls, she's not very strong either to you know, to be able to lift him up, you know, but he needs somebody to, you know, look after him. So anyway, that's my opinion. So, because if he falls again and breaks a hip or breaks a leg or ankle or whatever, you know, then that he's done for, you know. He'll for sure, you know, end up in a nursing home. And I don't think he wants that. I don't think anybody wants that. So, are you smelling where the electrician guy was? Yeah? Yeah. But this is my poor little hosta. And I hope it bounces back, because I think I need to transplant it, because it always gets squashed. When we had the new air conditioner put in, and now with this electrical hookup, this is the new boxes. Don't you go in there, Shayla. But so this is all that. Not the red, the white box and the gray. That's all new. And he had to do a grounding, so I guess that's what this is, you know. And that's where the cable is hooked up. And so I don't know. My boyfriend Nathan communicated with the electrician through a translator app on his phone. His name is George, or Jorge, and he didn't speak very good English, so it was hard to communicate a little bit. But we were like, you know, is it okay to be exposed to the weather elements like this, or does it need to be covered at all? And he said no, but I don't know, I'm worried about that. My poor little hosta. I hope it bounces back, but if not, I can split off. I've got a couple big hostas that I can split off, but I don't think I should put anything here anymore, because with any type of repairs or checking in on this, you know, and air conditioner, it's gonna just keep on getting squashed. But anyway, so he put another grounding over here on the other side of the air conditioner, and this is the gas meter, this red contraption here. But, and we, you know, I asked him, is that okay to, you know, leave like that? And he said, yeah, no problem. It's like, I don't know about that. So if any of you, you know, have had any type of like solar panels put on your house or anything, or any type of electrical, you know, stuff done, please let me know if this looks normal to you, or if I should inquire with my contact with the solar company and ask him about this. But and he said something about the house uses 100 amps, but it should be doing 200 amps. And so Nathan, sent a text message to to the guy, the sales representative that first talked to us about the solar panels and the program through the state of Illinois. But he said that since they didn't put it in the original request to whatever the Illinois Commission or whatever for the program, then they can't add it after the fact. So we would have to get that updated on our own, which means paying an electrician, which is very costly. He didn't say all that, but it's like, electricians are costly, plumbers are costly, carpenters are costly. So it's like anything that you need done, it's very expensive, and I don't have it in the budget right now, so we may have to do the updating later. But, so yeah, that poor little hosta. So any of my gardening folks, if you have any advice about this little hosta that keeps getting squashed, please leave me a comment and let me know. But definitely I don't think I should keep it here. If it does bounce back, I need to transplant it somewhere else. But this one seems to be okay. Sometimes I think a couple times it got squashed too, but that one does okay. And here's my other perennial that's got a bloom on it, Shayla. So she's sniffing this whole area where the electrician guy was. Sniff, sniff, sniff. But yeah, so that's the big excitement. And so, and then he did something up there, and he connected to something in the roof. And I'll show you that in a minute, but when I get the fascia done here, because it was torn off after one of the storms, and the roofing guy tacked it up so it wouldn't get any more damage, but it was approved to be replaced as well on the other side of the house, because the nails on the other side for the fascia on the other side were just about ready to pop off completely. They were like sticking way out, and there was some buckling of that fascia on that side. So yeah, so that's the next part to be done. The fascia and the window wraps are the last pieces of the puzzle for this roofing project from the storm damage back in March. And we've had some doozy of storms, in April, and then recently we've had heavy rain. So I'm glad the roofing guy, tacked that up when he did after the home insurance adjuster, inspected the damage and everything, and because there definitely would have had to been wood replaced if he hadn't. So, but anyway, so my neighbor Charlie, lives next door here, and so he fell right there by the headlight on the passenger side. And so I heard him hit the concrete, and then I alerted my boyfriend and the electrician dude, and they quickly ran out the gate, and they ran over there and tried to help him as best as we could, And Charlie said something to Nathan as they were inside, and Nathan was cleaning up, don't eat that. No, don't eat that. So we saw a couple of screws and nails and stuff, and some debris from the electrician converter thing, so I gotta be careful, make sure she doesn't get anything in her paws. We were, checking out the area while it was like kind of sunny and hot, and we were tired and everything, so we may not have seen everything, but but over here is where a critter dug to get through the fence. And after the last storm, there was flooding. A lot of the suburbs in Chicagoland and in Chicago, any low areas and viaducts and whatnot were flooded. And there are a lot of streets that were flooded, main streets, because as Nathan and I were coming home from the restaurant Buca di Beppo in Lombard for his birthday, belated birthday treat, we had to turn around twice and go a different way because it was all flooded. But this was all flooded, and it looks like it's receded. So, I'm sure that's where the baby bunny and other critters get through. So, there's a neighborhood cat that I've noticed, a new cat. So, someone must have gotten a new cat, or new people moved in and they have a cat. But yeah, I definitely have noticed it. So, and we did see the baby bunny the other morning, the next day after the storm. It was over behind the gas grill here, eating the weeds. But by the time I got my phone, to record it and whatever, it had moved. So it must have sensed that I was gonna come outside or something. But there on top of the roof, where he's got that hookup. So let's see here. So yeah, so that's new. And then he did something in the garage where the fuse box is. So I just hope everything goes okay with these solar panels. Don't eat that. No. Shayla Magoo. Shayla. Sometimes when she's, doing something she's not supposed to, I say, Shayla Magoo or Shayla Marie. Marie is her middle name. Do you name your pets, like with the first and the middle name? Mosquitoes are ferocious, honey. And we don't have that preventative on you yet. Another dandelion. Puffball. Nathan said that his goal today is to pull some more weeds because the ground is still wet, so it should be easier to pull and get the roots out. When it's too dry, then it's hard to get the root, and then they just grow back anyway. So he's going to try to do more weeds, and today isn't Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. My days are all screwed up. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow morning is my garbage pickup. So he wants to cut the grass because we're supposed to get more rain Thursday and Friday. And the grass is kind of high. So he wants to cut the grass because the higher it gets, then the harder it is to cut. And it also doesn't dry out, quickly as it does if it's shorter. But she is sniffing everything. Sniff, sniff, sniff. So anyway, that's what's going on here in my southwest suburb of Chicago. And so the goal is to cut the grass, pull some weeds. Nathan needs to fix the windshield wiper tubing because his windshield wiper fluid is not coming out. Don't eat that. No. So he wants to try to fix it himself on his Pontiac Vibe. It's a 07. Has like 500,000 miles on it plus. He just does not want to get rid of that car. But anyway, so he's going to try to do that himself, and if that doesn't work out, then he'll take it to the car mechanic that he normally goes to. What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? Huh? Come on. Come on, Gigi. Sometimes I call her Gigi too. So anyway, it's not too bad right now. It's about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It is very humid. It is very humid. It's supposed to be in the mid-80s today. Mid to upper 80s, depending on where you are located. But very, very humid. It's like very thick, the air. So, oh, sorry about that. My hand is starting to go numb because I do have the diabetic neuropathy is now happening in my hands, and I've been dropping things more often. And I did talk to my neurologist about it last year. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, but he did the EEG or whatever it is where they see if you have carpal tunnel. And he said I have it, in the right arm more so than the left. And but it's not to the point where he wants to do surgery on it. And from what I understand, carpal tunnel surgery the recovery is very rough. It's brutal. So I'm not looking forward to that. And I do need to make an appointment for a consult with the surgeon that has done my umbilical hernia surgeries, because there's something going on with that. Something is not right, and I'm having pain as I walk, and that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. So, and there's like hard lumps that are like they poke through the mesh or on the outer, maybe around the mesh. I don't know, something isn't right. But I'm going to end on a positive note here. Here are my cherry tomato plants, and they're growing. And there's little tomatoes in there. And some more up there. And there's more yellow flowers. So that means more tomatoes. So I'm very excited about that. And here's the other one. It's got, excuse me, there's a bug. There's more yellow flowers there. So very, very happy about that. Because a couple of years ago, I grew some tomato plants in these containers and didn't do too well because, they don't have a lot of room for the roots to expand. But I kind of figured, oh, there's a tomato that's turning red. Oh, cool. I hope you can see that. It's hard to bend down. Ow. My right knee, it has no cartilage left. It's bone on bone. So I can't have total knee replacement surgery until I lose a considerable amount of weight. My orthopedic doctor said he's not even going to entertain that possibility until I lose a lot of weight, because I'm too much of a risk, and the recovery would be very rough having excess weight. So I understand all that. I just know that it's not going to happen in a month or two. It's going to take a while. And I have been losing weight steadily. So the Mounjaro is definitely helping. I was on Ozempic for a year and a half, and it didn't help with the weight at all. I was stuck at a plateau, but it did get the hemoglobin A1C number down to 6.5, which is awesome, but it didn't help with the weight. So I asked my endocrinologist if I could be switched to Mounjaro. My cardiologist, who retired last year, unfortunately, but good for him. He's worked, very diligently, and he really cared about his patients, and so he deserves to, enjoy his retirement now. but it was just hard because he was the doctor that knew me the best and the longest, and he was also my parents' cardiologist, so he knew the family history and all that. So, and he's just a great doctor, he's a great man. So, anyway, and he's also in a band called The Send Up, and they are awesome, and we haven't been able to go see them at any of their gigs for, oh God, since before COVID, I think. I don't think we were able to go. Money's been tight. Money's been really, really tight. And Nathan is struggling, so, but hopefully as things die down and we don't have so many, stressful things going on, maybe we can, oh, there's a squirrel, oh my God, a squirrel just was over by the old downspouts, because Nathan wanted to, oh, there's two of them, oh, look at Shayla, she sees them, there's two, and they look like they are in, look at those tails going. I hope you can see it. I'm trying to hold her and not fall down. And, yeah, my thumb on my right hand is going numb, and I just want to capture this. Look at those squirrels. There's two of them. One and two. Oh my goodness. Sheila sees them. Yep. There they go. I don't know what they're doing, but they had a little skirmish there, and Shayla knows that they're out there. Oh, she's like, okay, now they're gone. They must have gone into one of the neighbor's yard or in the tree. So, all right, I'm going to end on that note because, like I said, my right hand is going numb. But, yeah, if you're in the Chicagoland area, check out the band This End Up. They do all kinds of rock music. They do Pink. They do Morrison. They do Bruno Mars. They do Prince. They do all kinds of stuff, So check them out. They're really, really good. So there's my cardiologist, plays the lead guitar. He's awesome. And then Stephanie is the lead singer. And then Edie is the drummer. She's cool. She's awesome. And Anthony is another singer and guitar player. And then, oh gosh, I can't remember all the names. That's horrible of me. I can't remember. There's the bass player, and then there's the keyboardist, the piano. I can't remember their names, but they're all very talented musicians, and they are very good, and they are known in the area, and they have a following, and they're very popular. So, but and they've been doing gigs with this band for several years, and they're good friends, and so I just have had a lot of medical things going on, and then Nathan had his issues going on, and his mother, and and just too much has been going on, so we haven't been able to go see them in a long time. So, but anyway, hope everyone has a great day or a great night whenever you're viewing this, and if you would be so kind as to like my video, leave a comment if you would like to, and also subscribe to my channel. It all is free. There is no charge to do that. I'm not monetized like some YouTube creators are monetized. So I don't, get any, donations or super chats or anything like that. So this is just, me and Shayla and my plants and any other ramblings going on in my brain. So, oh, and please check out some other YouTube creators. I follow Kirby's mom, Minion Sharts. She's over in Dublin, Ireland. She's awesome. Helleboard, the Defender of Ants. Also, his other channel is the Lord of the Gadflies. He's the main channel that I follow. And GM Flower, Hippie Chick 69, Julie Curtis, Always a Minion, Chichikana, Grizzblizz, MD Media 18, Adrian, DT, Jody Q, Holly Lewis, Bird Means Brain, Pseudonym, that's SU, the number 3, TENIM, and it's Pseudonym. Who else? Oh gosh. My brain is not working very well. I wrote them all down, but that my little note is in the house right now. And there was a squirrel went across the top of the fence towards the back of the yard, so Shayla was watching. But alright, everyone have a great day. Hope wherever you are, the weather is nice. And don't forget to, stop and smell the roses, as they say. Go outside and touch some grass if you're not allergic to it. And hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. That's the name of the game. Right, Shayla? She's sniffing. There must have been... That bunny also likes to eat the weeds over here. So, which is good because we haven't had a chance to pull them. And Nathan feels demoralized because he's like, this is the worst that he's ever let it get to. And there's just been too much going on, but he wants to try to pull some weeds in the flower circle in the front and over here. And then the dandelions that have grown taller than me on the other side of the house. And I've taken videos and walked around my property here, and so yeah, he's like, oh my gosh. And well, that's it for right now. And I'm gonna try to eat a little breakfast here. That always helps my brain to function better. Right, Shayla? Shayla already ate her breakfast. She's on an earlier clock because we had to be up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. almost every single day for the last 2 weeks. And so she has an earlier schedule, especially in the summertime, because like I said, it gets hotter and hotter as the day progresses, and so it's best to take her for a walk and go outside while it's cooler out. And then Nathan takes her for a walk, sometimes in the afternoon if he's here, and he definitely takes her for a walk before we go to sleep. So she gets her exercise, and I play with her inside with her toys and stuff, and she likes her little lamb chop. She's got a medium-sized one and a little one, and she likes to chase after that. A mosquito is trying to bite my chin. Alright, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye.